Today we're going to hopefully install the Diode Dynamics SS3 Pro fog lights on my 2020 Colorado. First things first, let's go get a wash. If we can wash the truck, we'll be good. Car wash is open. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to get a car wash and I will check back in with you guys once the install starts. Okay, so I have one side in right now. That looks much better. So in order to install these, I'll leave a link in the description below on how to install these. But basically, this outer fog bezel here, you take this part out and then you disconnect the light, and there's these pins back here. Right, if I can find where my flashlight went, these little pins right here, 1, 2, 3 of them. You take those out and then you simply just disconnect the stock fog light. Now there is a little bit of protrusion here and a little bit of a gap, but this cover does a pretty good job of covering it up. I will say that there was at least one section here on the top right hand corner of those little pegs that really did irritate me, but I was able to get them in and they look great. So there you go. All right, the Diode Dynamic fog lights are in, and I gotta say, they're really cool looking. They're pretty bright. Okay, so it's about that time of the video where I show you guys how bright the Diode Dynamics SS3 Sport white LED fog lights are. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the truck up. It's gonna be pretty loud. I'm gonna let it idle, and then I'll show you guys the driving lights, the high beams, and then the fogs, and then the fogs with the driving lights. So these are the regular lights when you're driving, obviously. Fairly basic. Now, I will say, I don't know if it's because this truck sits up higher, but the lights in the 2020, even though they're still the regular halogens versus my old truck, they still seem much brighter than the old truck in the 2016. So, all right, so here's, yeah, your regular lights. Here's your high beams. Here's your fog lights. Pretty impressive. Now, I don't have anything to compare it with the stock lights, because most of us know what they look like, but it's a very, very big improvement. And then this is the driving lights with the LEDs. All right, so let's talk a little bit about these LED fog lights that you see. They're very bright, much better than stock. I can tell you firsthand, their customer service is incredible. This fog light originally was not working. The bottom two LEDs had burnt out or something. They're gonna get it back. I'm gonna send it back to them, and they're gonna investigate why they went out. But they sent me a new one right away, immediately, and that's pretty fucking impressive. As for how durable they are, the install is great. I've done donuts with them in, I've driven through puddles, I've driven through mud. So far, so good. I've had no issues with them at all. So I can honestly tell you that they're fantastic.